Like balancing work, it's always just kind of like making sure that you have your time management down. I always use Google Calendar, just writing them down, having them handy, just ready and available for you to look at. It kind of allows me to keep like on track. So definitely just like setting out schedules, taking the time to review them, and then, making sure that I'm not prioritizing like one over the other, always having like enough time to do those two and also like anything else that I want. So.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Canada Student Network podcast. I'm your host, Wyatt. Today, we are joined with Nick and Josh with the UBC Acapella team. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Well, we're more than happy to have you. As you guys know, on the Canada Student Network podcast, we are really trying to connect people, get a little bit of insight into student life and how things go like that, and what's life like at UBC. So let's jump right into it. Let's go with, well, you guys are both studying at UBC. We know that, hence the group name. When did you guys, we'll go one at a time here, but when did you guys start up at UBC? When did your journey there start?
So for me, I started in 2018. I actually went to UBC Okanagan for my first 3 years, and then made the transfer over to UBC Vancouver 2021, and then I'm graduating actually this year. So I'm pretty excited.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I came to UBC in the summer of 2022, and I immediately joined the club, and I've been here ever since. It's been a great time here so far at UBC, and I'm happy to get the chance to be co-president of UBC Acapella and to have the opportunity to kind of spread the word of how things are on campus as students here as presidents of the club.
Awesome. So yeah, let's get right into it with like your kind of your daily life on campus. What is a day? What does your average day on campus look like for you guys? Like you wake up, today was beautiful, the sun's shining. Thankfully it's spring now. We're all happy for the spring weather. So how does your day on campus start?
Yeah, so I don't live on campus. I live off campus, so I commute from there every morning if I have class, and I kind of attend my classes. And assuming that it's a day that we have our weekly rehearsals, I'll go to a rehearsal in the evening, hang out with all of my friends there, all of the people there. We all have a lot of shared interests, so we have a pretty good time just hanging out afterwards and during rehearsals. And so yeah, I mean a simple day is just coming to class and then doing what I love, which is going and singing with the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm also off campus, so in times that I do come to campus, it's always just going to class, and then always just kind of whenever I have a break, I actually come to the club room. That's where I like to kind of spend my free time. Sometimes there'll be like other execs, other club members in there, and we'll just like kind of chat for a little bit. And also like, yeah, just going to rehearsals. We'll have like sectionals as well, which is like kind of like smaller like a breakout group of a certain voice part. And we're just kind of like singing, practicing our parts, and just getting ready to kind of hone everything down, so that when it comes to the actual rehearsal time, that we know our parts, and we can kind of sing our parts like well. It's always fun being at rehearsal, being able to sing with everyone, meet with friends, and then just kind of chill out after. So it's a good time.
right on. It sounds like it's safe to say that the group, the acapella group and groups in general are kind of a highlight of school life and student life, right? Getting a part in there. Let's explore that. Let's dive right into it. So, UBC acapella team, give me the breakdown. Tell me everything I need to. Actually, wait. I have to start with this because I was like I kind of planned this. I don't like to plan things, but I'm gonna. Is it like Pitch Perfect the movie? Like if can I get into that?
Yeah. So Pitch Perfect, I mean, of course, for those who don't know, it's about a cappella and it's about the competitions, and a bit of the drama inside and such, but mainly about the competitions of a cappella. I'm happy to report that it is exactly like Pitch Perfect in a way, in that our club UBC Acapella consists of 7 different groups. And 2 of those groups go yearly to competitions, and it's exactly like Pitch Perfect. It's exactly like how you see in the movies, all of the different a cappella clubs from all over the world, all over the West Coast and such, come to compete at a big competition. And so it's exactly like Pitch Perfect.
The director nailed it, eh?
Oh, he definitely did. Yeah.
or the writer, whoever. That's awesome.
Whoever wrote Pitch Perfect just nailed it on the head, really. And yeah, it's an interesting time because especially if you're in a group that's not in a competition setting, it's still like Pitch Perfect because we have every end of term we have concerts that we perform in front of crowds consisting of family, friends, general public, everyone who wants to come, and they can perform, and that's like Pitch Perfect as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nick, you
We
want
had
to weigh in on that?
Yeah. I actually had the pleasure of going to the ICCA kind of competitions. So every year we have our clubs go down to in Tacoma. We got in Tacoma for the quarterfinals, and then the top two from there moves on to the semifinals, which this year was in Redwood City, so near San Francisco. And this year I was really lucky to be able to go to both. It was my first time going to the semifinals and my second time going to the quarters, and it's always just so amazing being able to see all the university groups kind of competing, seeing like all their hard work kind of laid out there. It's just I don't know, like I don't know what to say. Like hearing people sing, hearing being at the competitions, it's just such a vibe. That it's like it's just truly like inspiring what people get to do.
Amazing. Is that so? Like these competitions we're talking, are these like large scale? Like how many schools come? Are there multiple groups from UBC that go, or what's that like?
Yeah, so I believe that like the varsity vocals is around the world.
Yeah.
And then they have like kind of like a North America chapter. So for example, the quarterfinals, I believe 10 groups go. Two from like UBC Vancouver. There's a couple from UBC Okanagan as well. And then a lot of schools actually tend to be more the American ones, so like UC Irvine, Berkeley,
Washington.
yeah, University of Washington. So this is like from all across the country, all across the continent, really. So it's pretty cool.
So cool. Have you sensed or noticed like any rivalries that form? Like, do you guys have a team that you're like, we have to crush this team,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
what?
I don't know. I'm not part of the competitive groups myself, but from what I've heard, there is a bit of like everyone there is super competitive. Everyone there wants to win. Everyone wants to get first, and so there's always like a couple of like the teams, the groups that consistently perform well. They always have a bit of a rivalry going on at the competitions. And it's fun to watch because even within UBC, there's a small competition between our two competitive groups that to see like how well they can perform, and they always crush it, both of them. But yeah, there's always a bunch of rivalry, I'd say.
So fun. That's so fun. I feel like I need to ask, do we have any like good like vocal warm-ups exercises that we should know? Like, could we do one together right now?
Oh
Jeez,
boy.
okay. Uh,
Oh, put you on the spot.
yeah, no, you're lucky because we were both at one point leaders of individual groups, so we know a couple. What's one that you like to?
My favorite, so there's one called I think "Mommy Made Me Mash My M&Ms." So "Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. I'm mad," and then it kind of goes like so. Mommy
Piano
made me mash my M&Ms. I'm mad, and you kind of go up by a semitone, so mad, and then it goes. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. I'm mad.
Yeah, so it
So
kind of goes like it's been a while since,
Mommy.
and then
and
it'll
you
go
go
up
up.
one.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been a while since
For
I've done.
those listening, Josh just went and grabbed a keyboard and he busted out the keyboard for us, and I really appreciate that. Should we? I've been like I've been told I'm tone deaf, so I don't even know if I want to give it a try, but I feel like I have to because I made you do it. Mommy made me. Okay, hit me. Go. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, we'll do.
Me made me.
No, you
Yeah,
smashed
that was
it.
fun.
You smashed it, honestly.
Thanks, guys.
No, honestly,
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to sign up for the acapella group. I don't attend UBC, but I think I have an in with these guys. So
oh no, your local. I'm sure your local a cappella group would be more than happy to have you. I think
Sweet.
the universal, because a lot we get people who come up to our booths and such when we're looking for members. They say, "Well, I can't sing," and we always tell them you can sing, and you can always, and everyone can sing. And we are so happy to take in anyone who's willing to, to learn a little, or to, just hang out with some great people that love music.
Cool. If there were, I mean, I think we can go over this at the end as well. But if people are looking to sign up, maybe be a part of your group, where can they find you? How can they get a hold of you? Or do you guys like hold open invitations?
Yeah, so at the beginning of every school year, there's always like clubs, like kind of a clubs fair. So we are always boothing at that time, usually up by like the I don't know the engineering buildings or like kind of like near the fountain area. So people are always welcome to kind of find us over there. We also have an Instagram page. Shameless plug here. It's going to be at UBC Acapella, and we have a link tree that does lead to kind of informations about our club and also when auditions do open. Auditions, we host them kind of like once a term. So at the like kind of like near the whole month of September, we're going to have our fall auditions, and that's where we kind of had the most amount of people audition. And so lots of opportunities there. And then in January, kind of when the term starts, we also have a second audition to kind of fill up some space as well. So definitely keep those dates
Oh,
in mind for sure.
do you guys have like a go-to set list? Like, do you have like a handful of songs that are your go-tos, or do you kind of cycle through songs?
Yeah, so that's an amazing question. So periodically throughout the year and even over the summer, we'll get a few organizations, a few events that ask us to perform gigs at their event or their whatever. And so we get members from all seven of our groups to form what we call Gig Squad, and we perform. Yeah, and we perform all the songs that basically every concert we have one song that all of the members learn. We call it club wide, and so all 230 members come onto the stage and sing this one song, and so everyone knows it. So we usually sing those songs at the gigs, or we'll get a simpler song from another group and they'll learn it in a few rehearsals. So there isn't like a set list, a unique one, like i.e. like one that we always do, but and it usually changes. But we do have some like there's overlap with concerts and such.
Cool. Right on. So, among singing and performing a cappella and being part of this amazing group, you guys have coursework as well, right? I imagine. What do you guys study individually outside of a cappella? And how do you bounce and how do you balance the two? That's the kicker. That's the you got.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Go.
So for me, I'm in kinesiology, so I'm studying kinesiology. Like balancing work, it's always just kind of like making sure that you have your time management down. I always use Google Calendar to kind of set up my day so that I know like kind of I need to get things done at certain times. Just writing them down, having them handy, just ready and available for you to look at. It kind of allows me to keep like on track and make sure that I'm not like losing myself with, oh, I need to do so much of the organizational and logistical aspects of like managing the club with, while I still have my coursework and my homework that's also really important for me to do. So definitely just like setting out schedules, taking the time to review them, and then making sure that I'm not prioritizing like one over the other. Always having like enough time to do those two, and also like anything else that I want. So yeah.
I'm in the political science program. I'm double majoring with history as well. And
Sweet.
so two relatively boring majors, but there's a lot of writing involved. And so the way that I kind of deal with having both a cappella and my schoolwork is I typically try my best as well as a university student today can to try early to get stuff done early and to like have things laid out. Now, I can't say that this has always gone well. In fact, I'd probably say that it has gone well less than it has gone actually well. But I try my best, and so that's all that matters. And I honestly think it's been a great experience to have to balance that because it makes you grow and it makes you really consider what to prioritize and how much effort to put into things. So you're not, you overthink a little less because of just pure necessity.
Right. Getting those life skills down pat. Has there been a moment through your time at UBC studying or with the group, social life, has there been like a real challenge or a struggle that you guys have felt you had to overcome, and how did you do it? When you did it? If you did it?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest challenge that I find as president, at least co-president, is there's a lot of disconnect between us and I guess the rest of acapella in the sense that like, we have to maintain some level of respect/authority. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we want to be friends with everyone, and we want to make sure that everyone is comfortable with our presence, and they're all not like hesitant to talk to us, and that we're approachable. So I think that was kind of an issue, or not an issue, but definitely a hurdle that we had to hop over. I can't say whether we have done it yet because we don't have a general member with us right now. But I would like to think that we've hopefully taken the necessary steps, like making sure that we've communicated well with everyone, that we are, more than happy to talk to people, and we have had instances where people do talk to us, and we're very happy about that. So I guess in that sense, it's kind of worked. But I guess that's my thing.
Yeah, I think for me, since a couple years ago, I was like also like the director of one of the groups, and I think being a director of a group of like 80, 90 people, that was like the first time that I've kind of managed a group that big. So I still vividly remember the first couple of weeks whenever I had to stand at the front to kind of like give instructions or whatever. I was really nervous. So like I could feel my hands literally shaking. But over time, I think I've kind of managed to like kind of mold myself better into that role. And I think yeah, that overcoming that struggle, because I'm also not very big on public speaking. So that was another kind of thing that I had to kind of figure out for myself. And I'm glad I was able to, because like all of those kind of experiences kind of shaped me to where I kind of am now. So yeah.
Right on. Well, that's fun. You're for someone who's not too fond of public speaking, I think you're crushing this right now. You're welcome. Well, let's see. I got campus culture and opportunities here. I know you guys said you aren't on campus. Let's see here. Okay, okay. Let's try this one. How about this? This might work for the group here. So do you guys have any like fun traditions, or like you guys like do any like hazing, or like like frosh week stuff in
You
general
know,
for school, or for your group? Is there something that sticks
I,
out?
I wish I wish we could say we did have like hazing and such. Unfortunately, we don't, but we do have like yearly events that everyone goes to like hang out for the first time, I'd say. And we I would like to think we treat all new members really well, and there is no hazing, although I can't speak on behalf of every single group in the club, but to my knowledge there isn't any hazing. In terms of like just yearly traditions, we have events throughout the year that aren't concert. We have at the near the end of every year we have what's called sock wars. And if you've ever played like manhunt before, kind of, where you have a
Yep.
target and you have to go and find them and hit, in our case, hit them with a sock, and you get their target. So we do that every year. Always, it's a different winner, and there's it's fun to see how different people like deal with the situation. I've seen people do nothing at all. I've seen people create elaborate schedules of their targets and find them at inopportune times that on their end and sock them. So it's a really, I mean, it's so fun, genuinely.
Mhm.
It sounds fun. So,
Yeah, I participated in that one a couple years back. So it's honestly it's such a good time to just kind of like run around and just seek people and just sock them with. So, but
yeah.
aside from sock wars, we also have like kind of like this thing called a coffee house. So what it is, it's more of an informal kind of concert, and it's open to everybody, both like members and the public. And essentially, what it is people get to come in. They pay like this really small admission, like $2, kind of by donation to kind of come in. We provide some like snacks, some coffee, and then we also have a list of performers. And usually those performances, these pieces are either arranged by like someone within the group, so they take their time to kind of essentially take the original music, put it into a music format for people to sing, and then everyone kind of learns that piece to perform. We did that one. We did one last year. We did a rendition of "I'm Just Ken"
Oh
from the
yeah.
Barbie movie, and that was super
Yo.
fun.
That was great. That
That
was the
was
pinnacle of my time here, I think.
yeah. I've been doing coffee
Yo.
house pretty much every year that I've been in the club, so it's always just a great time to see everyone's performances, talk to like friends, and just it's a great vibe. Yeah, for one of our events.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you know
can't wait
what?
to
I
plug
remembered
in.
something. I just remembered. We used to have this thing, and I really hope that we can get it up and running again. It's called Acograms, and this one's really fun. We do it the week before or the week of Valentine's Day, and anyone on campus, any student, can come to us and hire us, and we'll go to anyone of their choice and serenade them with a song. So they can choose. We have a list of songs, and you can choose whichever one you want. And we'll bring a group and we'll go there and serenade one person. It could be a professor, it could be another student, it could be a random person off the street, and we'll go and serenade them. And I thought that was like I participated that when I was in first year, and it was so fun to do.
People, listeners, send the acapella team to Candygram. What did you call Acagram? What was it? Acagram. Send the UBC acapella team to Acagram some of your friends. A professor would be hilarious. Imagine he or she's teaching. Wow. That's awesome. That's super fun. I love that. I've seen like the online videos of people who like buy a similar thing, like happy birthday, and there's people doing goofy stuff. That's awesome. I really like that. That's funny. Right on. What do you guys like when you're not singing or studying? What do you like to do in your free time around the school, or if you're whether it's on campus or, just kind of in the city, downtown, whatever, anywhere you want.
Yeah. So as a kinesiology major, I feel like everyone feels like, our second home is the gym. Like that's the stereotype. I'm here to report that it is kind of true. So because in my spare time I do like to work out. I do go to the gym. But also just like being like just doing any like physical activities like skiing, snowboarding during the winter. There's always just a time. Especially now with the weather's getting better and like kind of final seasons is slowly kind of starting to end, getting out into the mountains, doing a bit of hiking here and there. Definitely like one of my favorite things to do in my free time. I also like work on the side, just like a part time. Yeah, but then other than that, I don't know. I just like it's pretty chill, just like working out, just talking with friends. I've taken time for myself, sit home, play some video games, watch some movies. It's pretty chill, I think, for me. So so yeah.
Sounds like you got it figured out. That sounds like the good life, man. That sounds right on. What are you, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't go to the gym, unfortunately, as much as I should probably do that. But I do
Yeah.
enjoy, first and foremost, I'm a huge Canucks fan. I mean, so is he.
Yeah.
But we're huge Canucks fans. We love watching hockey. And so whenever we get the chance to, if we get the chance to, we go and watch a game or two. We also really I love skating when it's available. On campus, we have a skating rink that's free to use when it's a proper time for public skating for all students to use. And so I love taking advantage of that and using the rink. I also love just hanging out with friends outside, getting some food, doing a few like more physical activities. I do like hiking and I do like playing basketball and such during the summer when it's not raining. Other than that, I do like what I study, so I do get on the books sometimes to try and expand my knowledge.
Would you go to the VPL or would you go to the like a campus
Oh,
library?
it's all online now. Everything's online now.
True.
Yeah, so
God,
and,
maybe you're making me feel old.
UBC has a great online library resource. I mean, they have everything on there, so very happy.
Drop us a book real quick. What are you reading right now?
Because of all the schoolwork, I'm not reading anything right now. But since it's kind of easing off, I will start reading something soon.
Favorite book.
Favorite
Okay.
book?
Favorite book.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll let you know at the end of this what my favorite
Okay.
is.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Are you guys Vancouver, BC natives? Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
yes.
born and raised here, so
Right on. Okay, so let's go. Let's do something like this. Let's see here. I had some Canada-based questions.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Let's
I
go
don't know.
this.
I don't know if
From
we're getting tested for how Canadian we are right now.
no. We are listen. We are the Canada Student Network
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
So we wanna hear, and we have all kinds of we want to get listeners from around the world. Like if we can convince people to come study here,
Of
if we
course.
can convince, we just want to spread the word.
Oh no, of course.
And
No, honestly,
now I gotta backtrack.
I was just joking with you. I'm not
Now
gonna
I
lie.
gotta back. Now I gotta backtrack because are the Nucks in a playoff spot right now?
No, absolutely
no.
not. Yeah,
I
no, we're
wish.
awful.
I wish.
Yeah, no, we're
Not
genuine.
even close, eh?
Yeah, no, we're genuinely awful. But it's okay because we've been dealing with this for the past 55-ish years.
I thought they were fighting. Like they were like right on the.
And then
And then
suddenly
we
they
weren't.
weren't. Yeah.
It was kind of a
Dude.
rough season on, to be honest. This one, especially coming off the high of last
Yeah,
year.
last season was
You know,
great.
like top of the Pacific Division. You know, finals game 7 versus Edmonton. It was like coming off of that to like we're not even making the playoffs this year. It's
Yeah.
so
It was
disappointing,
really.
but it is what it is. You know, it's
Us-
the epitome of
yeah,
being a Canucks fan.
exactly. Us here, we're completely used to it now. I mean, it doesn't stop us from being disappointed, but we expect the disappointment.
Wow, guys, I'm gonna at the Canucks. Let them know they gotta do
We love
they
them.
gotta do better.
Yeah.
We love the
Yeah,
Canucks.
we love them genuinely with all of our hearts. We love them. The team could crash and burn, and I'd still watch them. It's just
Yeah,
it's just the nature of being of them, I suppose.
yeah. And how dope that you guys have an outdoor rink. So during the wintertime, UBC sets up a rink.
No. So we don't have an outdoor rink. We have a bunch of indoor rinks here that our hockey team
Oh,
plays on, and actually, like occasionally the Nucks come and practice here. So that's really cool because it's usually you can
okay.
really go in and just watch them practice. And if you're really persistent, you can.
That's so cool.
Sometimes you can get an autograph or two.
Yo.
So
Yeah, because like my question that I was having a hard time with earlier was like, is like if you were gonna talk to like an international student or like anyone coming to study in Canada, like would you say it's like overrated or like rated accurately? But if you're getting autographs from the Nucks, I mean,
I mean, honestly, I like honestly, I don't know, but I loved it here. Born and raised here, and I didn't really want to go anywhere else. Me personally, I thought that UBC. My dad went to UBC and he loved it here, and so I thought that I wanted to do the same thing. But yeah, I mean, the Nucks being here, that's A grade type stuff. I mean,
that's
uh,
insane.
yeah, like my friend almost got ran over by Quinn Hughes one time. I mean, it was you just see him around.
That is the perfect soundbite. My friend almost got ran over by Quinn Hughes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, do you think there's any like common myths about studying in Canada that we should debunk?
Common myths. Do I know any? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure if I've heard many myths about studying here in particular. Well, myths no, but there are a lot of truths. I guess like cost of living here it's kind of sad, but as students,
Accurate.
hard to get off the ground sometimes to kind of find housing in the first place is a little tough. But then paying for
Yeah.
housing, food prices aren't exactly cheap here either. And if you're driving from far out, gas prices aren't great. It's better now. It's better now, but it wasn't great as of
Yeah.
weeks ago. Although to be fair, I'm comparing this with 10 years ago.
That's
It
true.
was,
That's true.
but myths
I don't know
to
any.
debunk.
I think you don't got to sweat it too much. I was kind of good for the. What you got? You got something there, Nick?
I don't know. I feel like I pretty much agree with what Josh has kind of said. Like it's a beautiful
Yeah.
place. I've visited. I've traveled like to a few places. But I feel like even after going to like Tokyo, for example, I think I still like the kind of life that Vancouver kind of has. It's just special in and of itself, right?
Oh,
So
I feel like I said a bunch of bad things about the truths, and that doesn't
You
discount.
did. You kind of did.
A bunch of good stuff too, because I genuinely think that it's amazing to study here. One thing is the natural beauty in Vancouver is just it's off the charts. I mean, UBC is kind of in this corner of Vancouver, or at least UBC Vancouver campus is in this corner of Vancouver, and it's away. It's quite a ways from like the downtown hustle and bustle, but also a long ways away from like the suburban areas. So it's truly like a university town. I mean, you go in there and it's just university and it's just university students practically. And we have the sea right next door. I mean, can you see it from here? You can't see it from here. But like if you go to
Can't, but that'd be dope.
if you were to walk 20 minutes that way, you can see the ocean. I mean, not even 10 minutes that way. You'd see the ocean. You'd see all the mountains. You can see across to West Vancouver. You can even see across to Victoria and to the Vancouver Island there.
Oh, and don't forget about the cherry blossoms that happen like
cherry blossoms are great,
every
yeah.
March, like April. Just recently,
Yeah.
like, we have a whole bunch on campus, and every year I always see like people, out and about. They're taking pictures.
Yeah.
It's just so nice sometimes to just walk around campus, like the sunsets even near the fountain. I've walked there a few times, like many times, and then the sun's just going down. Everyone's standing there taking pictures just
Yeah.
because of how beautiful it is. So
Yeah,
it honestly just I feel like nothing can beat just the natural beauty of this place.
Vibes. Sounds like some good vibes. I like that. And guys, honestly, that's great. That takes us to our 30 minutes, and I'm sure we could keep talking about the beauty of Vancouver and the surrounding area and the school. Josh, Nick, thank you so much for coming on the pod. I will encourage everyone to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Please message us if you guys want to be a guest. If you guys know anyone who you think would be a good person to come on the podcast, that'd be amazing. Any final closing thoughts coming from you guys? I think you did a pretty good job there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will say one of the best books that I've read is I loved 1984 by George Orwell. I thought it was a classic. So just so that we get that out there, I thought it was great.
Good.
Uh, but
Good.
no, I mean, in general.
In general, just like
Yeah.
thank you so much for having us again on the podcast. Super fun talking to you.
Oh yeah,
We really enjoyed being able to kind of chat about, just the general vibes of our club and
University as
and the
well.
university as well. So, hopefully we can
Dope.
attract a lot of
Yeah.
people to come, because honestly, it's
Yeah,
just,
we'll spread the word.
yeah.
We
And
got your plugs earlier. Go ahead and drop them again.
yeah, on Instagram at UBC Acapella. That's with 2 P's and 2 L's. That's a big area of confusion there. But yeah, UBC Acapella. You'll be able to find pretty much everything on YouTube. Same thing, UBC Acapella. You'll be able to watch all of our concerts previously run. So if you want to see how we sound and how we've evolved over the years, that's a great way to do that as well.